Good morning. Thanks for joining today. As always, please practice according to your conditions and remember to make this practice a divine offering in order to make it even more meaningful and powerful. Renounce the fruits of your actions and just offer them to someone you love. Let's begin. Let's start off sitting tall and still. Close the eyes, bring the attention inward. Nothing to do, nothing to seek. Everything we need is already within. Let's begin with the sound of Om 3 times to attract divine attention. Imagine you are everywhere. Fix your mind on God alone. Rest your thoughts in God alone. And in God you will live hereafter. Of this there is no doubt. May all beings everywhere be happy and free from suffering, and enjoy this practice through our senses. May we acquire a strong desire for liberation from pain and suffering, and may we cherish no ill feelings against each other. So let's begin with a mantra for purification, to purify the space, the grounds, and all the psychic channels within. If you know it, you can chant along with me. We'll do it once. If not, just think about the effects of purifying the space, the grounds, and all the psychic channels within. And you derive all the benefits as though you were chanting the words perfectly. Om Pavitraha Pavitra Va Sawa Vashtanga Topi Va Yaha Smarit Pantrikaksham Sabahya Bihantraha Sachihi. Let's come to standing now. So we'll begin by charging the body with the Earth's energy. Stand with your feet about 10 inches apart. Bring the arms up high. On the in-breath, breathe all the way up from the soles of the feet right up to the fingertips. Imagine you're attracting the Earth's energy right up there. Holding it all at the fingertips, hold the breath. Exhale all the way back down to the soles of the feet. Visualize all the breath moving through the body. Inhale again, draw the Earth's energy right up to the fingertips. Holding it all at the fingertips, hold the breath. Exhale all the way back down. Feel the Earth's charge rippling all the way down through the body. Last time, inhale, draw the Earth's energy right up to the fingertips. Watch it moving up. Filling your whole entire being. Then hold the breath, hold the attention at the fingertips with the energy there. Exhale all the way back down. Feel fully charged. And then bring the arms down. So let's just do some warm-up exercises to prepare the body for the practice. Incorporate some vigorous breathing, some energetic movements, and then you will help to promote release of toxins through the generation of heat. So start to roll the head in circles first, just loosen up the neck. From here on in, start to watch the body moving as though you're the witness. Imagine that you're merging with higher consciousness, the divine essence within. And then change the direction of rotation. And as you merge with the divine consciousness, you want to make sure that your offering is the best you can offer. Good. And now from here, we're going to just take a deep breath in. Exhale, bend down. Whole breath, empty out the lungs, hands on the knees. And then just start to push the belly button in and out continuously. Pushing the belly button against the back wall of the body. And then push the belly, keep holding the breath out as you push the belly right in and up at the same time. Lift the pelvic floor muscles. Contract the perineum. Exhale, come back up. Or not exhale, but just release. Inhale. Exhale. Relax. We'll do that again. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, come down, bend down. Empty lungs completely, and on empty, again, pump the belly button in and out. Now, push the belly button, glue it against the back wall of the body, and lift it up. Feel the whole area underneath the rib basket hollowing right as much as you can. Engage the root muscles, pull them up and in, and release. Inhale, exhale. Good. Now from here we'll continue with some exercises. Inhale, stick the arms up. Exhale, down. Continue up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Inhale, straight up. Exhale, pull down. Now, inhale forward from the chest. Exhale, pull in. And then drop the arms down. Swing the arms back and forth. Try to get the arms behind the ears. And release. Now next one. Inhale, cross the arms across the chest, squeeze tightly. Exhale, throw the arms back. Alternate the cross. One arm or the other, and then the other each time they come in front of the chest. And release. Next one, raise your arms up over the head on the inhale. Exhale, just toss the body down. Just hang down here for moments, and then roll your way back up. Squatting, squatting on the next ones. Don't have to go down all the way. Just be mindful of the condition of your knees. Just go down as far as you see fit. Raise your arms up over the head. Exhale, come down. Pop right back up, pull the elbows out to the side and swing from side to side. Exhale as you complete the twist on each side. back to the center. Next one, we're going to again come into a squat. There's 4 movements in this sequence. Inhale, swing the arms up. Exhale, down. Inhale, straight up. Exhale, swing down. Let's do it together. One. Now, arms in front of the body. This is starting position. Inhale, circle around to the front. Exhale, pull in and just punch right back out. Next one, very similar, except it's a circle and a quarter since you start the arms down. Inhale, circle around to the front. Exhale, pull in and drop the arms down right away. And release, arms down. Open up the feet a little bit more. The toes go beyond the edges of the mat. Going from side to side now. Left arm up, inhale. Bend to the right on the exhale. Inhale, right arm up on the inhale. Exhale, bend to the left on the exhale. Continue. And release. Next one, very similar, but breathing's a little bit different. Take the left arm up, inhale. Go all the way to the right and hold it, hold the breath. Exhale, come back. Inhale, right arm up, go to the left and hold it. Maybe go a little bit deeper if you can on the breath retention. Exhale, return. Continue. Imagine you had weights attached to your fingertips, pulling you deeper down into the bend. Hollow out the other side of the body, but try not to make wrinkles in the waist area. Imagine all beings experiencing this through your body. It'll make the experience as beneficial as possible. All the movements graceful, no jerky motions. Make the practice pleasing for the observer who's watching. Imagine the observer as God. Remember, you are merging with God. As a result, you're merging with all forms. One more on each side. And conclude. Come down onto the hands and knees now. Coming into cat-cow. So just really fire up the muscles in the core here. Inhale, arch the back. Exhale, round the back. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, stretch the belly skin. Exhale, stretch the back skin. Inhale. Push the heart forward, away from the seat. Exhale, push it right up between the shoulder blades. Inhale. No wrinkles across the lower back or in the back of the neck. Exhale. Keep the throat open. Make sure you don't close off the breath passage. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Come back to flat back. Raise your right leg up. Inhale. Exhale. Swing it out to the right. And then other leg. Left leg up on the inhale. Exhale. Swing it out to left. Nice easy movements. Loosen up the hip. And release. Now walk your hands forward and come down onto the belly. We're going to take your take the head onto the hands, the elbows out in front. On the inhale, we're just going to lift the upper body up and pull the elbows up and back. Exhale, come down. Up and down. Up, down. Up, widen through the chest, down. Up, down, anchoring down to the lower body, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, and down. Relax, breathe in, breathe out. Next one, arms out in front of the body. Raise the left leg up and the right arm up. Try to get as much extension and height as you can. Exhale down. And the other side. Inhale. Exhale. Continue alternating sides up and down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Up. Down. Up, lift and lengthen. Down. Inhale. Exhale. One last time. Inhale. Exhale. Relax. Breathe in. Breathe out. Next one, there's a couple of options. We're just going to rock back and forth on our abdomen. So I'll just demonstrate the first option. Swing your legs up as the legs come down. The momentum of the legs will allow the body to come up. So don't use your hands too much. They're just there for just a little bit of a balance or push, but they'll stop the movement if you press too hard with the hands. If that's too much, you just lift your legs and your arms at the same time, like so. Okay, so inhale, lift, and exhale down. Let's go. And conclude. Breathe in, breathe out. Push, bring your hands underneath your shoulders, push your way up into table, and send your seat all the way back behind heels for child's pose. Next sequence has 4 movements. Inhale, come up into high cat. Exhale, cobra. Back into high cat, rounding your back. Exhale, flatten, lengthen. Seat the spine, seat all the way back. Inhale, come up. And forward, shoulders back. Try not to jam up the neck on the cobra or the lower back. Inhale, come up. Exhale, back. And then up. Forward. Up. And back. Imagine your wave on the ocean coming up. Slowly out of the water, emerging. And then cresting. And then starting to roll back out. And then just disappearing back into water. Diminishing all the way. Inhale up. Forward. Up. And back. And then up. Forward. Watch the body moving by itself. With grace, with power and ease. And back. Up. Forward. Up. And back. Up, rounding. Exhale, arching. Shoulders back. And then up again. Rounding and back. Try to move in a way that doesn't create any discontinuities or kinks in the spine. Always smooth, long curves. And back. Let's do two more. Up. Forward. Keep a little bit of softness in the elbows. Try not to lock the elbows and back. One last one. Up. Forward. Up. And back. Rest here for a moment. Breathe in. Breathe out. Soften. And then glide forward onto the belly. And then turn over onto your back. So from here, we're going to take the arms out to the side like a T. Raise the legs up. And then we're going to just draw big circles. So just try to keep the lower back, the lower back pressing down to the mat, the back shoulders to the mat. Start with your legs hinging a little bit more, piking so the thighs come to the chest. Go to the right, the feet come towards the right hand, and then circle them. Trying to not to let the feet to touch the ground, just hovering above the ground all the way to the other hand, the other side, and then back. So let's do this a few more times. Keep your legs together. If you need to bend your knees at any point along the way, go ahead. Just move according to your condition. Use your core to keep the movement controlled and smooth. Press down with the hands. And one more, all the way around. Coming back up to the center and switch directions now. Again, push the thighs towards the body and then circle them to the left, all the way forward and over to the other side, to the right, and then back over the belly and continue. Not to lift the seat. One more circle. And then stop when you come back up with your feet in the air. And let's lower down slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4. Taking a count to 20. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Rest here, breathe in, breathe out, soften everything, let go of all fatigue. Now the arms over the head, inhale, stretch, exhale, come into tuck. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, hold the breath as you pull the knees in, tuck. Lift the shoulders up off the mat, bring the chin over the knees. Exhale, release. Inhale, stretch yourself so taut that the chest lifts up. And then hold the breath, tuck in, push the thighs into the belly, push the lower back into the mat. And release, exhale. Inhale, extend. Hold your breath as you tuck in as tight as you can. Exhale, release. Inhale, stretch. And tuck, hold the breath. Squeeze tight, cross your ankles, make yourself as tight as small as possible. Release, exhale. Inhale, hold and tuck. And release. Inhale, stretch. And tuck. Really hug yourself tight. And release. Inhale, stretch. Hold and tuck. Release one last time. Inhale, stretch. And tuck. Hold yourself nice and small and tight in the ball. And release. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now, raise the legs over your head like doing a plow pose. And then as the legs come down, bend your knees, plant your feet, and come right up to standing. So we're going to now continue with some Surya Namaskar warm-ups. So make your way to the front of the mat. So let's stand tall and supreme. Hands to the heart. Remember the words from the Bhagavad Gita. Knowledge is better than practice. Meditation is better than knowledge. Renunciation of the fruits of action is better than meditation. Peace immediately follows such a renunciation. Offer up the fruits of the practice. Make this a divine duty of love to all beings everywhere. So imagine moving all together as one like a school of fish. Raise your arms up over the head. Come all the way down into forward fold. Bend the knees if you need to bring your hands flat on the ground. Slide the right foot back into a lunge. Sink down to the seat. Come into high plank. Lower down your knees, chest and chin to the ground. Pull with your hands. Come forward into your cobra. Roll over your toes back into downward facing dog. Melt the heart. And then the right foot steps forward to the hands if you need to. You can lower down a knee first so the foot doesn't make it all the way. Just use your right hand to assist the foot forward. And then bring the feet back together, chest on the thighs, head down again. Rise up to standing, hips forward, stretch the whole front of the body. Hands back to the heart. On the exhale, raise your arms up over the head. Come down, actually. Do not worry too much about the breath. Left foot back, just move in a way that feels intuitive. That allows the body to move with the breath. Knees, chest, chin down. Come forward and try to make it so that the breath stays steady and even. Hips up and back. Left foot forward. Try to keep the quality of the breath. The duration, always the same. Reach up and back. Whether you're inhaling or exhale, come back home. Raise your arms over the head. Fold down gracefully. Right foot back into a lunge, sink down to the seat, come into high plank, lower down. Feel as though you're doing a dance. Always fluid, always seamless transitions. Melt the heart. Right foot forward, feet together, bow to the legs. Come all the way up to standing. Hands back to the heart. Move as though you see yourself in your dreams, always floating. Moving with the utmost grace. Left foot back into a lunge, into the plank, down we go. Ashtanga Namaskara. Pull with your hands, propel yourself forward for more grace and power. Back into Adho Mukha Savasana. Left foot steps. Right foot joins. Pull the body against the legs, head down. Come right up to standing. Return home. Another variation. Reach the arms up over the head. Come forward and down. Now lift the head and chest a little bit. Push into your hands. And from here, bend your elbows and just glide your feet back. You can walk back. Alternatively, come onto your belly, or if you did the jump back, hovering just above the ground. Pull yourself forward into upward facing dog. Lift the hips and knees away from the ground if you can. Push the heart forward, pulse a little bit here. Try to get your head back a little bit more. Your shoulders back, widen through the chest. And roll over your toes, downward facing dog. Pulse here as well. Bounce through the chest. Try to get your arms to flatten out a little bit. Oh, head comes below the arms. Arching the back, curling the tail under. Then lift the heels, bend the knees up to the hands. Press into your hands, bring your feet forward, hopping or walking. Pull the body down onto your legs. Come right up again. Lift the heart. Bring the hands back to the heart. Raise your arms over the head again. Reach up and back. Go down. Fold the body in half. Make as though you're bowing. Come up part way. Again, press into your hands. As your legs go back, you bend the elbows so you land softly into upward facing dog. Again, take a moment here. Imagine you're howling at the moon like a dog. Try to imagine yourself as whatever you're representing. Get a little bit more extension here, a little bit more height. And then roll over your toes, downward facing dog. Push down to the base of the fingers. Mount the heart. Bring the belly towards the thighs, the top of the head towards the ground, or on the ground if you can. Get more extension to the backs of the legs by pressing heels towards the earth. One last stretch. And then lift the heels, bend the knees, soften a little to the hands. Press into your hands again. Bring your feet forward, hopping or walking. Pull the body down onto your legs. Come right up to standing. Reach up. Hands back to the heart. Good. Raise your arms over the head. Go down. Here, bend your knees. Join your hands behind the back. Extend the chest forward and push the body into your legs. Head comes down closer to the ground. If you're very flexible, just try to push your seat all the way up so that your legs are straight. Try to imagine trying to move your chest down further below the knees. Face to the shins. And from here, release. Bring the hands down. Again, lift the chest. And then come back into chaturanga, or you're onto your belly. Through into cobra, and then up into upward facing dog. Lift the hips and knees away from the ground. Back into downward facing dog. Not the heart. And then the right foot steps forward to the hands, sink down to the seat. Raise your arms over the head, kapyasana. Pull the arms up and back. And then bring the hands down. From here, back into high plank, knees, chest, forehead down. Come forward into upward facing dog again. Lift the hips and knees away from the ground. Back into downward facing dog. And from here, the left foot steps forward to the hands, back knee down, sink down to the seat. Raise your arms over the head, pull the body up by the hips, kapyasana. Make a crescent shape with your body. And then bring the hands back down. From here, press into your hands and pull the right foot in to meet the left. Bend the knees again, join the belly to the thighs, join the hands behind the back. Push the chest forward towards the knees and plunge the head down. Uttanasana. Pull the arms further over your head, trying to touch the ground in front of the head, or imagine you can touch the ground with your hands. And then release. Pull your body all the way upright. Push the hips forward, arch back as you see fit. And then return, bring the hands to the heart. Stay here for a moment. Breathe in. Breathe out. Let go of all expectations and all attachments to the results. Just keep doing the practice because it must be done. And release. So let's continue with some balanced poses. Let's try dancer. So we're going to start off, actually 2 dancers, starting with your left, standing on your left foot first. Pull the right knee up, take hold of the knee with your right hand and the foot in your left hand, and then bring the foot up so it's about level with the knee if you can. Then bend the standing leg, and if you can, let the foot float. If it's too much, you can just rest your leg on the front thigh, left thigh. Arms up to the side, and then the left hand on top of the right, joined at the wrists. Try not to drop the elbows down, keep them at the same height. Shoulders down, keep the body upright. Look like the dancing Shiva statue. Be still, poised, and graceful like a dancer. Then from here, press up. From here, we're going to lift the left arm and then just take hold of the right foot with the right hand. You can stay here with your thighs glued against one another, stay upright. If you feel comfortable, start to cant the body forward, push the foot into the hand, come forward a little bit more. Pull the foot continuously away from the head to get more length, chest and head up. And then release. Come back up gracefully and down. Let's try it on the other side. Standing on the right foot, lift the left leg up, hold the knee with the left hand, the foot in the right hand, so the shins parallel to the ground, and then bend the knee. Stay strong on the standing foot. So allow it to float there, hover, or again, rest it on the right thigh. The left wrist on top of the right. Elbows level again. Fix your gaze. Shoulders back. Then starting to make your way back, up, right. Press into right foot, raise your right arm up, and take hold of the left foot at the ankle. And then from here, if you like, come forward. You can soften the standing leg as you're coming forward a little bit, but then push, engage the leg muscles, push the knee back, try not to lock it, but engage the legs below and above the knee. Get more length, create more space in the chest. Approach your true nature, which is boundless, which is limitless, which has no form. And then coming back up and release. Let's try one more sequence. Come to the back of the mat. Raise your arms over the head. Be strong and mighty like a warrior. Imagine you're brandishing your sword above your head. Left foot steps forward with purpose, and then hinge at the hips. Head level with the ground. Bring the right leg up. Get nice and straight, like you're sitting, not sitting, lying on a table. If you need to, you can take your arms out to the side like an airplane. Might be easier to find the balance this way. If you want to go further, swim your arms back, interlace your fingers, open up the palms, toppling tree. You have to bring more weight towards the front of the foot, towards the toes. The belly comes down towards the thighs, but then you lift the chest, curve the spine, arch the back. Bring the right foot up higher. And then break the pose, come back down. Try it on the foot. No matter what happens, remain unconcerned, unjudging. Try to keep your temperament the same all throughout. Raise your arms above the head. Take a walk forward with the right foot. Hinge at the hips. Bring the left leg up. Try to get the foot and the fingertips at the same height. Try to imagine what your body looks like. Strong and straight and true to your lines and your intentions. Stay there if you like, or swim your arms back, toppling tree. Interlace your fingers, open up the palms, raise the left leg up higher. Push the belly towards the thigh, but then lift the chest. Try to bring your hands further up over your shoulders. If it's too much to join your hands, you can just fly your arms out to the side. Imagine you're a great eagle diving down from a great height. So this is another option if it's too hard to bind the hands. And then release. Come back. All right, now you train to the back end of the mat. Step your left foot forward. Back knee comes down. Slide your foot a little bit further forward so you can sink your hips right down towards your front heel. The knee is above the toes roughly. Take your hands to your seat, push into seat, pull down at the same time. Now make like you're trying to stretch the skin underneath the hands so there's no folds in the lower back. Keep the back of the neck long as well. Sink the shoulders, pull the head back. You can stay here if you like, or take Kapayasana. Arms above the head, wiggle the shoulders a little bit, try to get them behind the ears, keep the arms straight, close to the head. Radiate your inner light, much in the same way, shine brilliantly as the moon reflects the light to the sun. Be brilliant. And then break the pose. I'm going to press our hands into the front knee. Come upright. Arms up to the side. Sukha Virabhadrasana. Arms level with the shoulders. Nice and strong pose here. Good. Now from here, bend the toes under the back foot. And then slide your feet further apart. Increase the length of the stance. Virabhadrasana 2. Strong and mighty like a warrior. From here, Paschimottanasana, you can rest the left arm on the right thigh. The right arm comes over the head. Pull the right shoulder back. Keep finding the straight line from the foot to the hand. If you have the flexibility, you can bring your hand down on the outside of the foot. Push the knee against the front of the shoulder to keep the knee from going inwards. If you know other variations, you can. Go ahead, maybe if half bind. Just slip your right hand between your, underneath your, behind your back, and just slip your hand on the inside of the thigh. Push against the thigh, right shoulder's back, or if you have the mobility, left shoulder comes in front, just against the knee, and then right hand behind the back. Hold the fingers in a lock, or hold the right wrist with your left hand. Break the pose, bring hands down to the ground, hips and shoulders forward, and then lower the right knee down. Slide your left foot in, so when you come up, your legs are like a box. Sukha Parivita Paschimottanasana, right arm up, ankle the toe and the knee towards the left, bring the elbow to the outside of the thigh. Push the left hip back, left hand can come into fist and push into the right palm, and then inhale, lift the body up higher than the thigh, exhale, push the center of the chest towards your thumb, roll the left shoulder back. Keep extending the spine by pulling the left hip back, the head forward. Exhale, roll a little bit deeper. If you know other variations, go ahead. You can take your back knee up off the ground. If you can take a bind, go ahead. Use the left hand if you need to guide the left elbow down and the arm underneath the leg. Left arm over the back. Again, bind the fingers. Lock the fingers together or hold the left wrist with your right hand. Left shoulder moves all the way back till it looks like you're lying on your back. And then bring the back knee down. Try to make all the transitions smooth like you're a shapeshifter. Moving, flowing from one form to another without any break in the temperament. It always stays the same. Left foot moves out to the outside of the mat a little bit more. Push back and forth, try to get your hips to sink. And then push back to the right heel, lower the knee down, flatten out the toes. Anchor down through the hips. You feel like you're doing a cobra. Left shoulder against the left, stays with the left knee. If it's appropriate, you can see if your left shoulder is down about the height of the knee. Roll to the right, right forearm down, roll back to the left, left forearm comes down. Extend to the chest, keep telescoping the chest forward to get more length. And then as a result, the chest might come closer to the ground. You can come right down onto your chest if you can, eventually. So make sure the left side of the hip is not going too high and the sit bone's not pointing out and up. Try to roll the left side hip down so the sit bone is pointing straight down. Feel like you're sunning yourself on a warm earth like a lizard. Fix your gaze steadily, like a lizard that doesn't blink. And from here, push into your hands. Come back up onto your hands if you're on the forearms. Just bring the left right knee closer and slide your left foot back. Modified side plank here. Open up through the chest and bring the left arm up. So from here, if you want, you can go into full pose. Keep pushing to right hand and just lift the right knee up off the ground. Slip underneath, tuck the foot underneath the left. You can bring your left foot in front. Make sure you don't drop into your shoulder. So your arm fully extended, your neck long, underside of the neck not jammed up. If you know other variations, go ahead. You can slide your left toes back alongside the right knee, spin on your right hand, wild thing, whatever you like to do. Or if you know other variations, go ahead. If you stay strong on your right hand and right foot, you might be able to bring the left knee up, or the foot. Just exercise your potential. Release the same way as you entered, gracefully. Back into downward facing dog. Breathe in, breathe out. Soften in every sense of the word. And now just step the right foot between the hands, back knee down, flatten out the toes. Try to have your knee so it's over the toes, sink down to the seat. It's too much for your knee, you can just walk your foot forward so the knee is more over the heel. Okay, so just do again according to your condition. Hands on the seat, push into the seat, pull down at the same time. Feel like you're folding the back in half of the spine. Open up through the chest, belly button forward, head all the way back. Sink the shoulders down. And from here, if you want, sweep your arms up to the side, copy asana. Rock the shoulders back and forth. Again, pull the arms nice and taut so that their our elbows are close to the head. Try not to bend the elbows, think of the shape of a crescent moon. Pull the shoulders back and down. Try to take all the folds out of the lower back and the back of the neck. Coming back upright, lead with the heart, push into the front knee, and then bring yourself more upright. So from here, open up to the side, Sukha Virabhadrasana. Arms level with the ground, chest open to the left, then bend the toes under and the back foot, push into front foot more, and lift the knee up off the ground, back foot flattens. Virabhadrasana 2, strong pose here. If you're more flexible, lean forward a little bit. Try to get a little bit lower in your stance. Get a sense of direction and purpose. Parsvakonasana, right arm rests on the front leg, left arm over the head, pull the left shoulder back. Nice straight line from the foot to the fingers. Open up the chest to the sky. If you can bring the right hand to the ground. You can stay on the fingertips if you like. push the right knee against the right front of the right shoulder. Again, take your variations if you like, half bind. Slip your hand in between your body and your thigh, or full bind. Left shoulder drops down, back of the shoulder against the knee, left arm goes over on behind the back. Clasp your fingers together, or hold the left wrist with your right hand. Make sure your left hip is not popping up. Drop it down, sink it a little bit, so you have that nice straight line. Left shoulder moves back. Release. Bring the left hand down to the ground, hips and shoulders facing forward, lower the back knee down. Slide the right foot in, come upright, bend the toes under. Sukha Parivita Parsvakonasana. I'm going to do this way so you can see another angle. Left arm up, elbow to the outside of the thigh. So you're anchoring the leg in place with the back of the left arm. Right hand, maybe in a fist. Push into the left. As you do so, raise the body up. The belly's higher than the thigh. And then keep pushing your chest towards, center chest towards your hands. Try to get the right shoulder all the way back. Face and chest turned up. Right hip moves back, head moves forward. Of course, if you want to take a bind, go ahead. Bring the elbow down below the knee and guide it, the left arm through by pushing against the elbow. And then maybe the right arm goes over the back and you can find the hands. Lock the fingers together or hold the right wrist with your left hand. Lift the knee up off the ground if you can on the back leg at any point. Just bury your mind deep in the heart. Watch the body move with more ease and grace. It's the intention of offering that transforms you. Lower the back knee down. Release. Bring hands back down on the ground, inside the foot. Right foot moves out to the long edge of the mat. Back and forth, moving to get the hips to lower down. Sink down through the seat. Imagine you had weights in your hip pockets, pulling you down. And then push back through the right foot one more time, lower the knee. Relax the toes. And then just anchor down to the front of the hips again like you're doing a cobra. Make sure your knee's not dropping out to the side. Pull it, press it against the right shoulder. If it's appropriate again, roll to the left. Left forearm might come down. If your shoulder is about the height of the knee, and then the other side as well. Keep telescoping your chest forward, go further and further forward. Eventually, maybe the chest comes right down. Be mindful that the right hip is not coming up too high. Should be trying to get the hips more or less even with one another. Point the sit bone down and then fix the gaze like a lizard. Now coming back onto the hands. If you're on the forearms, scooch the left knee in a little bit more and slide the right foot back. Oops. And then the left hand's a little bit in front of the shoulder, giving more power. Sustaining power, open up to the right. You can stay here or keep pushing to your left hand firmly. And then lift the knee, tuck the left foot underneath the right. You can bring the right foot in front as well. Cross the ankles. Hips forward. Feel like you're a kite being blown by the wind from behind. Again, keep the left arm strong and fully extended. Other variations, go ahead. Slide your left toes alongside the right toes alongside the left knee. Open up your chest to the sky. Wild thing. Or take the right knee up. If you have the flexibility, take hold of the foot. Left toes pointing out 45 degrees if you're doing this version, and the base of the big toe down. Release. Come back the same way. Downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Soften. Good. Switch positions here. Alright, so now lift the heels, bend the knees. Bring your feet to the hands, hopping or walking. Utkatasana. Lower the feet. Pull your seat back so you can see the whole front of your feet. Arms forward. Pull the arms up. Be fierce in the pose. Be mighty. Don't change your temperament. Stay calm all throughout. Just observing, just like the witness. Unbothered, undisturbed. Be fierce in your intentions to keep offering up the practice. Come all the way up. Open up your feet a little bit. Interlace your fingers, push the hands, heels and palms up. Push your chest up, hips forward. If you feel comfortable, lean back, hips forward. Only to the point where you feel comfortable. Inhale up, inhale coming up. Bring your hands back to the heart. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale again. From the heart center up to the space between your eyebrows. Exhale back down to the heart. Remain established in divine love for all beings everywhere. And release. Okay, so now we're going to bring your arms forward and imagine you're sliding down a wall. Come down slowly. Separate your feet a little bit hip width. Keep tucking the tail. Keep bringing your shoulders back. Nice and slow and controlled. No sudden drops. From here, press your back to your arms against the insides of the knees. Coming into a squat. Then place your hands down. And from here, rock back and forth, coming up off your heels. As you come up off your heels, straighten your arms, shoulders over the fingertips. Keep squeezing your knees against the shoulders and back. And then do a couple more times. Really squeeze the legs against the arms as much as you can, along all points that you can. And then eventually, if you want, when your shoulders come over your fingertips, your arms are straight, really push down into the ground. Maybe you can flick your toes up. You're in a crow pose. When you're starting, just try to keep your head lifted a little bit more, so the head's higher than the seat, so you don't take a nosedive down. For those of you who feel comfortable, tuck your chin in. Place your forehead gently on the ground. Try not to fall on your head. Control it by pressing through the hands evenly. And then from here, you can stay in teddy bear. Those of you who feel comfortable, right into your headstand. Otherwise, you stay in your crow, and you can even just keep your toes on the ground. So just do according to your condition. Now, if you're in headstand or teddy bear, start to make your way, if you're in headstand anyways, take your legs back down onto your arms. And then from here, those who are in teddy bear or in just coming down from the headstand, see if you can lift your head up off the ground, coming back into crow. And then back down. From here, rest in child's pose. Feet back behind the heels, forehead down, breathe in, breathe out, soften everything. Roll your way up. Good. So, we'll try another one, headstand, or another inversion for those of you who were inclined into the headstand. Those of you who know headstand, go ahead into whatever variation you like now. Okay, so please try out your headstand where you find steadiness where you find steadiness, just hold the pose. For all others, you can make sure you bring your arms in front so you can hold your elbows easily, and then bring your hands in front, interlace the fingers, and place the head between the palms. So your hands are forming a helmet for the back of the head. Lift up the seat, walk your feet towards your elbows as much as you can. Keep pressing down through the forms, especially if you feel too much pressure on the head, it's not comfortable, push more into the forms. And then, if you can, just lift your heels up, nice and high, as much as you can. Feel the core engaging, your hips come more over your shoulders and your elbows. Those of you who feel comfortable can lift one leg up and back behind the body. So, again, this is an option. And if you keep pushing through the foot that's behind you, bend the toes back, press to the base of the toes, press through the forearms. You might be able to just slide your toes on the ground a little bit closer and flick your toes up away from the ground. You can just tap the floor with your toes, try to lift your toes, and just eventually just hover them above the ground. And then you're in the start of a headstand. Get more comfortable, you push more through the back foot, give you the balance you need to stay upright. Your feet eventually hovering at the height of the hips roughly. Again, do according to condition. You can bring just keep both toes on the ground, like so. And then start to make your way down slowly, mindfully. Keep watching the body moving. Move the body the way you see it play out in your mind. Walk your toes back further, lower the knees down. Child's pose. Breathe in. Breathe out. Roll your way up. Find your way onto your back. Move more to the front of the mat so that you have room behind you for Shavasana, shoulder stand. Lying on your back, bring the arms down alongside the body. Raise the legs up, but the feet over your hips. Push into your arms, and press into your arms. Try to lift your seat up off the ground. Do 3 times, each time getting a little bit higher. Maybe the next time, the last time, your hips are right over your shoulders and your feet go beyond your head. Then join your hands together behind your back. Try to move your elbows closer together. Scoot your shoulders in a little bit. Bring your hands to the lower back. Raise the legs back up. So your toes are in line with the shoulders. If it's too much, you can bend your knees. Keep your knees close to the forehead. You don't have to even come down all the way. Your hips, if it's too much to have your hips over your shoulders, just go to the height that you can. Even just sitting on your hands. Those you have a lotus, by all means, go into it. Whether your legs are on lotus or straight up, if you're right on the tops of your shoulders, your hips are over your shoulders, you can take eventually your hands to your thighs. Keep the mind steadily focused on the space between the eyebrows. Take your attention there. The seat of divine perception. They say if you can keep your attention there for a long time, with great concentration, this could trigger divine bliss. Starting to make your way into Plow Pose. If your legs are straight, bring your feet behind your head. If you have a lotus, keep your lotus. Pull your legs against the body. You can either keep your hands on the back or wrap them around your legs. Arms go on the outside of the thighs and join your hands underneath the seat if you're doing embryo pose. Otherwise, if you're doing Plow Pose, keep pushing on your back gently until your hips are over your shoulders. Your feet will come down closer, maybe even on the ground.
Stay here if you like, or bring your thighs against your chest and your knees on either side of the head. Just hug the ears with your knees. Option to just rest your arms on the backs of the legs close to the knees. Remove all distractions. The mind in a quiet state. Gang ready to come out. Hands behind the back. Drag your feet back down. Keep the legs close to the body. If your hands are behind your back, your seat might land on your hands when your legs come down. Just move your hands when your legs are down completely. Move your hands a little bit closer so your thumbs are together. And then just pull your shoulders back a little bit so your arms are underneath the body. Fish pose. Push into the lower arms. Push your chest up away from the ground and bring the top of the head to the ground. If you feel comfortable here, you can raise your legs 12 inches off the mat and bust your breath. Breathe very fast to the nose. Release. Bring your feet in, down, and then slide them right in towards your seat. Edge the feet in line with your hips. And then from here, if you want, take your hands out from underneath. Options here. Bring your fingertips on either side of the head. Lift your seat up off the mat. Scoot your head in a little bit closer to the feet and turn your hands around. Flip your hands so your fingers are facing towards the feet. Your head stays on the ground here, or take a half breath in, lift up into Urdhva Dhanurasana, upward facing bow. If that was just too much, you can just bring your head down, but your feet still come in, do bridge pose. Lift your hips, walk your shoulders underneath, your arms underneath your body, and then just try to push your chest towards your chin. You're still doing a back bend. Tilt the hips forward so the tail curls under. So whichever pose you're doing, try to form a uniform arc from the toes, feet all the way to the hands. Get a little bit more height. For those who are in Urdhva Dhanurasana, try to straighten your arms and legs a little bit more. Come up off your heels if you like. And then start to make your way down. Walk your hands out a little bit further away from your feet first if you need to, and come down. Breathe in, breathe out, relax. Again, inhale through the skin. Imagine soaking up all the energy. Exhale, let it just flood the body, feel recharged. Arms over the head, come to seated position. Alternatively, we can roll onto your side and come up. So from here, just doing a forward fold. Paschimottanasana. Bend your knees up if you have tight hips. And then from here, or tight hamstrings, inhale, lift the arms, hinge forward, bring your belly onto your thighs. Take hold of the ankles or the edges of your feet or the heels, and just keep sliding your chest up, just like we did in the standing version, Uttanasana. Try to imagine, try to get your chest beyond the knees. Exhale, pour more weight into the legs. If you're flexible, you don't have to waste your time. Just slide your heels forward, legs flatten on the ground. Keep your body with your legs. Take on the binds as you know them, if you know them. Now if you push to the base of the big toe, especially stretch the inner leg. You might feel some sensations in the other areas of the hips and the backs of the legs. Take Take your attention to the base of the spine. Feel the spine lengthening from that source. Imagine the top of the head coming to rest right against the feet. Inhale, coming up. Purvottanasana. Bring your hands fingers facing backwards. Slide your heels in a little bit. From here, push into your hands, lift, roll the thighs inwards, try to get your toes flat on the ground. This is why you bring your heels in a little bit. And push your chest up higher in the shoulders. Allow the head to drop back. If it's too much, just slide your feet underneath your knees, bench pose. Make sure you don't sag down to the hips. Keep your hips lifted, your chest lifted. And from here, Vastrika breath again. Lower down. Breathe in. Breathe out. Just keep your feet in front. Push through the heels, the base of the toes. Right hand right against the back, then the center of the back, left hand to the outside of the right shin. Inhale, push the lower back up and in. Exhale, turn to the right. Keep pressing against the outside of the right shin. Open up the chest to the right. Look over your right shoulder. Make sure your heels stay together, one not leading in front of the other. Keep the body upright, the spine straight. If your hand's too far away, it'll look like this, and you don't get the full benefit of the pose. Coming back, go to the other side. Left hand right against the center of the back. Left hand against the center of the back, and right hand to the outside of the left shin. Push the shoulders back, pull the neck out of the shoulders. Keep the legs active. And release. Lie down on your back gently. So make your way down in a way that is soft, no big heavy landings. Lie on your back. Just allow the feet to fall away from one another. Open up the legs a little bit. The hands resting about a foot away from the body, the palms facing up in the gesture of receiving. Just take a few deep breaths in. Exhale, just allow all the tension to just drop out of the body. Feel it just draining out the body into the ground. Wherever it resides, in the hands, in the arms, in the shoulders, the hips, anywhere along the legs and the feet. Just let go of all the effort and all the tension. Soften. Make yourself completely available to receiving all the benefits of the practice. You do so by letting go of all the physical, mental, and emotional barriers. Receive it all and know that you merited it through the offering up of your own efforts and practice for the good of all. Inhale, feel an insurge of all those benefits coming in. Love, security, confidence, wisdom, radiant health, discernment, open-mindedness, receptiveness, everything you need in order to feel complete and fulfilled. Exhale, just allow it to flow.
flood your whole being with all that goodness. Just feel it moving towards the spiritual heart, which is located in the center of the chest at the right side of the physical heart. This is where God resides. Divine essence, portion of divine essence that resides in every being. When you do this, when you concentrate on God, you receive all God's goodness, and then you also transmit all the goodness to all beings, for we are all connected. That is a common thread that ties us all together. Just set an intention to yourself to just keep on having all your actions, thoughts, and words driven by compassion. Repeat that sentence to yourself 3 times to ingrain that in your body, mind, and heart. Repeat this sentence to yourself mentally now. I continue to offer up my practice and all acts of kindness to all beings everywhere. So now let's carry that out into our daily lives. Make your way back to a seated position slowly, gently. Awaken the body and come back. Always moving with quietness, with mindfulness, with reverence. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Be receptive to the divine grace within. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining. Have a wonderful day.